Guys, I got a fish. Oh my gosh. Come back here, I'm just trying to save you. Look at that thing. He's gonna die. He's gonna drown. I'm gonna take this guy back to shore. He is shivering. That's a fish. He's on it. It's not very big. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I came into this spot because in order to access this little water, you actually have to hike in almost a mile. I can't lie though, I don't feel like a fisherman right now. I feel like a rancher. Golly. That took a lot more work than I anticipated. Mainly because of those darn cows. Today we are going to be going on my new boat. This is the Sea Eagle Packfish boat. I bought this one back in March, but I just never really had the time or the motivation to take it out. So the purpose behind today's trip is to test how portable this boat can actually be. And so far it's pretty portable. I packed it in about a mile. Today I'm mainly targeting largemouth bass and panfish. So if I catch any of those, I would be happy. But the sun is rising. I really want to get to fishing because the morning is what I want to fish. So we're going to pack up and we're going to get on this thing and I'll talk to you guys more. Woo. It is certainly not meant for me to haul all my stuff with me today, but today we're going to push it to its limit. So I got one oar, now I got to put this other one in. All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Now I do apologize. I have a head mount, and with this I would definitely prefer to have a head mount, but I couldn't find it yesterday. So you guys are stuck on the chest. I apologize for the horrible view, but we're just working with what we have today. To start off, I have my Okuma TCS 7-foot 3-inch heavy fast action rod, Abu Garcia Revo STX reel, and 15-pound fluorocarbon Seaguar red label. And then I just have a 3-aught Kamakatsu EWG hook, weightless. And right here, this is my worm box. And we're gonna start out with one of my favorite colors, which is this watermelon with red flakes. And I already have a mosquito bite, dang it. Oh well, let's just throw this right here for now, and let's get to fishing, shall we? So all I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna wacky rig this. So if you don't know what a wacky rig is, basically just fold your 5-inch worm in half and just take your hook and poke it right through the middle. That's it right there. Since we are allowed to use 2 poles here, while I'm gonna be actively fishing my bass rod, I'm just gonna throw out my ultralight. So this is just a 5'6" light action rod, Shimano Sienna 500 reel on there, 4-pound monofilament, and then I just have this little jig, 1/32 ounce jig head with a Notorious custom jig on there, and I'm just gonna put a little bobber on here, and so as I float around, my bobber will just, you know, be dragging that jig along, and hopefully like this we can locate some fish, because I have never fished here, so I'm not entirely sure, you know, like where these fish are stacked. So I'm gonna have it pretty shallow just because I don't want it too deep and snagging on me. So I only have about a 1 feet leader on there, but we're just gonna put it here. And so that orange bobber is gonna be my indicator, and then here it's gonna be my bass rod. But for now, let's keep rolling. You guys see that log right there? That log right there? There's gotta be something in here. So just by observing, you guys can see that side is just rocks, this side is just weeds, but this side gets hit by the sun first, and that side is still shaded. So I'm wondering if they're stacked along that side because it's still shaded right now, and maybe it's just too hot on this side. So I think we're gonna go work the other shoreline first, and then once the sun is high, then we'll just go all over the place if we can't catch anything. So let's paddle across to that side. Fish on. First fish. Not a very big one, but I'll take it. Oh snap. Oh, that's a smallmouth. That is a smallmouth. First fish. A little dinky smallmouth, but I will take it on the wacky rig. This is my first ever smallmouth on a wacky rig. Beautiful little guy. No skunk. That's awesome. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's that rock sticking out. And what I'm looking for right now is I'm just looking for anything that is a point. So right here, it's kind of like a U, and then right there's a little point because the wall comes back out, and then it goes back into another U. So I cast it right there, and that little smallmouth was just there, just waiting for anything to strike. He was literally right up against the shoreline, so I'm gonna take that as a hint. With the wacky rig, all I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of twitching it. And since it's weightless, I have to wait a little bit longer for it to sink a little further. Once it sinks a little further, I just kind of twitch it up, and then I'm just waiting to feel that thump or just watching my line. With that first smallmouth, I felt him thump it. and then just reeled up a little bit and he was still on there, and then just set the hook. The biggest mistake that I see with bass fishermen when they're fishing the wacky rig, or beginner bass fishermen, is when they're fishing a wacky rig, as soon as they feel that fish, they set the hook. You never want to set the hook immediately when you're fishing a wacky rig. You always want to feel either the weight of the fish, or you want to see the fish start taking your line, or after the thump, just wait 1 to 2 seconds depending on you, and then just set the hook. Because a lot of times when a fish bites your wacky rig, they don't have a very good grip of your worm. Usually they only have it by, you know, one side of the worm, and they don't have the hook. So allowing that fish another 1 to 2 seconds and letting them have time to engulf that worm a little deeper in the mouth and actually like have the hook inside their mouth, it will greatly increase your chances of hooking up a fish with the wacky rig. All right, just switching to a black color just to make it a little bit more visible. Water's kind of dirty, so that watermelon color might not be as visible to the fish. So I'm just gonna go with black. You can never go wrong with color black. Fish, he's on. A little decent. Ooh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Largie. First largie of the day right here. All right, how are we gonna net him? Second or third cast with the color black. Come here. Get in the net. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about right there. I just literally switched to the color black right here, and that was only like my second or third cast with the color black, and I was just casting along this drop off right here. You guys can see it's just a cliff, and so I cast it over here first, nothing, and then right when it kind of shallows up right here, I cast it right there. Ooh, that's a good one. Nice chunky little bass. He ain't the biggest, but look at his tail. His tail is pretty beat up. Just way up on the shore. Just look at that belly, man. This guy's been caught before. You guys see this other hole right here? This guy's been caught before. All right. Appreciate the fight. That is awesome. Come here, little guy. Maybe it's a little baby because it was just flying and then it literally landed in the water in front of me. And I was like, is that bird taking a bath? But after I looked at it, he was just like, I don't think that bird's supposed to be in the water. I don't know if you can fly. What am I supposed to do with this bird? You want to go on a boat ride? I wonder what's wrong with it. It's a wing? Is his wing broken? I want to know what's wrong with this bird. Can you fly? Oh, it can't fly. You flew back in the water. Come back here, I'm just trying to save you. Look at that thing. He's gonna die. He's gonna drown. Okay. I'm gonna take this guy back to shore. He is shivering. All right, buddy. I need you to stay calm, please. Just stay in here for now. Stay in there. I'm gonna take you to land. All right, so here's the bird. I'm just gonna drop him off right here. All right, there you go, buddy. I just left him on the rock. Let him dry out his feathers and his wings, and hopefully he'll be able to fly. I've been fishing for maybe 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours, but I've only caught 2 fish. I've caught a smallmouth bass and a largemouth bass. And so right now what I'm gonna do is, since I've already worked this entire spot over here, I'm gonna go on to this other section over here and start working docks and just find shaded areas and see if we can find crappie, because I'm getting hungry. If we can find 1 or 2 decent sized crappie, we're gonna go and just shore up somewhere where we can, and we're gonna cook up a brunch right next to shore. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can find some fish. Where can the crappies be? I mean, this is literally perfect for crappie to be hiding during the summer. Oh, bobber down. Fish on. What is this one? It's fighting pretty good. Ooh, it's fighting really good. Don't tell me you're stuck. Oh no, I think it's stuck. Oh, it's free. Oh, let's go. That's what I was just talking about. That's a freaking crappie. Are you kidding me? That's a good one too. OMG. I knew it, man. I was like, there's no way, like, this isn't crappie habitat. That's literally perfect. It is July, it's hot. This is like the best shaded area. I just had a feeling there had to be a fish here, or a crappie. And as they say, when you find one crappie, you find the school. Let's go back and catch another one. Oh, we did it, boys. Oh, bobber down. Fish on. Crappie, that's a crappie. The power of adjusting your leader right there. There it is right there. So it seems like we found one school of crappie, and so they're literally where I caught my first one. Crappies run in schools, so it's very rare that you find one crappie just hanging out by itself. The reason why at first I started bass fishing and not crappie fishing was because of the structure. Just by observing it, I looked at it, I was like, there could be crappie there, but it looks more bassy. That's why I targeted bass first, and I was catching bass. And then as I got over here, I saw all this structure. I was like, if there's a crappie in the lake, that's where the crappie would be. And the reason behind that is because crappie, they are a structure fish. Crappie love structure. If you're gonna go to a brand new lake and you're gonna be targeting crappie, always look for structure. It can be a tree with a bunch of branches that has fallen into the water. It could just be a bunch of lily pads, a bunch of weeds. It really doesn't matter. Crappie love structure. Very rarely will you ever have a crappie just hanging out in open water. The time of the year will largely dictate it too, but during the summer like this, when there's a lot of weeds, it's grown because it's summer, always look for structure. Oh. That's a fish. Ooh, that's a nice largie. Oh man. Come here. Oh yeah. That's a beast. They're getting bigger, folks, on the June bug color. Are you kidding me? Beautiful fish. You guys see this little bush right here? I casted it, and I accidentally cast it over, and I flipped my worm. It fell right there, and then just that thump. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that fish is. Oh, there he goes. I'm hungry, and I want to go cook up these 2 crappie, but I'm feeding off of adrenaline right now. Got him. Ooh, that's a decent one. Ooh, splashed me in my face. Come here. Got him. Oh. That is another football, man. Another football. Just got him on the top of his nose. Oh man, that is so fun. Look at this. You guys see that? It's just a drop off. I literally just casted. I just cast it right here and just thumped it. You guys see all that? Just a drop off right here. The rocks go like this. I just cast it a little bit further off and he was in the deep. Took my worm. I've been catching the majority of them on the June bug color, but these are basically my top 3 colors right here. A June bug, watermelon with red flakes, and black. But right now, since they're smacking the June bug color, we're gonna stick with the June bug. Push us out of here. Just the good old wacky rig. Since we know that this part is deep right here, we're just gonna do the same exact thing of how we caught that guy. Just cast it right there and see if he's gonna come out of the deep and take one. That's a fish. He's on it. It's not very big. Ooh, actually, I take that back. Well, I guess he isn't gigantor, but it's a nice one. Oh man. Oh man. I'm having so much fun, man. Feisty, feisty. Get in the net. Football, man. Are you kidding me? These things are just footballs in here. That thing is a football. That's literally the definition of football. If you don't know what that is, short fish, very fat fish. That's a football. Oh my goodness. They are crushing this June bug color. That's a 3-pounder, I think. Shall we weigh him? Let's weigh him. Right, 3.15 pounds, but we have to subtract this thing, which is 0.25 pounds. So this fish right here weighs 2.90. Let's measure her too. Oh, if you guys don't know, the sea eagle has a measuring tape right here. So 16 inches. 16 inches, 2.9 pounder. Ugh. All I know is these bass are just stacked along little cliffs. Once you find the pattern, I don't care what type of fishing it is, what species you're going after, but if you take the time and effort to find the pattern, you're gonna have a good day fishing. And I think I found the pattern right here. Just fishing along the cliff, weightless wacky rig, and just fishing not the shallow part, but just where the rocks start to drop off, and been crushing them. No giant, but 2 to 3 pounders, I'll take that. Fish. Oh yeah, baby. This is so fun. Oh. Oh, fail net. Bam. There we go. Got him on the side of the lip. 1.5 pounder. So let me tell you guys what I'm observing here. So you guys can see there's not much structure like I was talking about earlier in the video. But the thing is, even though there's no structure here, the thing about this part of the lake is that it is so deep here that the fish, they don't really need shade or some kind of like external cover on them, because the deeper they go, the cooler they can get. So even though there's nothing to actually build shade, just simply being in deeper water is already cool enough for the fish. That's why I'm catching these fish out deep. Granted, sure, there can be some stuff underwater that I can't see, but for the majority of it, I think it's just that the fish are so deep that they don't really need shade. And so I just cast deep and they just come out and they just take my worm. Something worth noting. Guys, I got a fish. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what the heck this is. I had a snag, so I had to come back and get the snag, and then as soon as my lip got loose, I reeled it up, and this is on. Oh, that's a bass. What in the world? Oh, big mama. Big mama. Look at that belly. Oh my gosh. I thought it was gonna be a kokanee. I have to put this girl on the scale. All right, there it is, 4.05, but again, we have to take out 0.25 because of this fish gripper. So that's almost a 4-pound fish. Let's measure her. 17.5 inches, 3.80 football. Back into the deep she goes. Boom. I wish I would have got that on video, but who would have thought a snag turned into a fish? Oh man. Oh my goodness. I never thought I would make it back. Oh man. I've been sitting all day. I don't know if I can stand up. Everything's sore. Always have a backup lighter. I am starving. This is it. It's a very simple recipe. Just some eggs and onion, and then I cooked another one, fish and onion. Everything is just salt and pepper, and then I just stacked it on top of rice. I'm just super thankful for today, but I'm pretty exhausted, so I'm ready to get some energy back in my body. But before we eat, let's say a quick prayer. Father God, I just thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity today to come out and enjoy creation. Today I packed up my bag, packed up my pack, packed up my boat, and came out to this random body of water that I have never fished before. Came in here not really knowing what to expect, but God, you remind me why you are always good and that you always provide. Right now I'm gonna eat the crappie that you blessed me with earlier. Thank you for this food. Thank you for this day. Thank you for all the fish, Lord. In Christ Jesus' name I pray, amen. White, flaky meat. Caught it just today, right out of this body of water. Let's try this piece of crappie. The texture of crappie is so good. Not only that, but my onions added a lot of flavor. That is so good. I love onions. If you don't like onions, I don't know, man. I should have brought a spoon, but all I have is a fork. So we'll just eat little bite-sized pieces like this at a time. Rice and eggs and onion, salt, pepper. Now let's just try a combination of everything. Rice, eggs, crappie. Let's try a bigger bite. Today, I've got a little Sprite going with my meal. I could go for seconds, but I'm out of food. This was all the food I brought, and that was all the food I caught. So, that being said, I gotta clean up and pack up my bag and deflate the boat and slowly work my way back to the car. All right, well, made the 1 mile trek back to the car, and so packed up everything. Decided to hike out at the hottest time of the day. Smart me. But that's it for today. Just decided to come out and try new waters. Targeted mainly bass and crappie, and I can say mission accomplished. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.